Hey, it's me coming to you from the recording studio in my house, which is basically a room with a lot of shit in it. um, this is where I do all my records. You can see on the wall it says studio, but that's backwards. I'm using my phone for the moment. I just wanted to do a quickie video before I do the final book reading today for God Laughs at Dirty Jokes. This is a video, three topics. First, scratch my nose already. You know me. Oh, allergies have been bad this week. Whew. But anyway, the video I did this week on autism, thoughts about autism spectrum conditions. I'm hesitant to say disorders now, based on the feedback. The comment section for that video. If you watch that video, if the subject interests you at all, you must read the comment section because it is so interesting. I feel like I learned so much, and there's a lot more to that conversation. But and I can't add to that conversation at the moment because I need to reflect on it more. But I'm just blown away by the response. So thank you to everyone who chimed in. All of the conversation between people. It's a small community here on my channel, but I'm like so grateful, and it's so like there's so much energy in it. So it doesn't even matter how many people it is. It's really giving me a lot of energy, and I really want to thank you for that. So that's one. Two is super cool thing happened. I think it was it yesterday or this morning? Yeah, it was this morning because I went back to sleep for a while. I was having trouble sleeping, so I went back to bed. Ellie dreams down under. You probably know her as a tarot card reader, and she has very vivid dreams too, which is really interesting because she and I kind of have that in common. Maybe symbolic dreams sometimes. Her video today is called "How Does God Create New Souls?" and she did the video based on my suggestion, which is so cool because she had their community page. You know, she had a call out to her viewers that anybody who had a question that they wanted her to read on could offer a suggestion. So I said, hey, if you feel like going into deep space, because that's where I feel like I live, if you want to go into deep space, how about a video about how does God create new souls? And she replied, oh, okay, like I'm up for the challenge. And she admits in the video that it was very challenging to do, and it's a very, very interesting reading, and I have to watch it again. I don't know what I think about it yet. I mean, I was also blown away by it, but as far as what's implied in the video, I have to really think about it. Can you hear the music outside? I think that's my neighbor. I think he's gonna wash his car. He likes to play R&B while he washes his car. Oh no, maybe not. Okay, he's leaving. And so that video came out today, and that comment section is fascinating too. So I feel like very tied in right now, and that's a nice feeling, to feel like you're part of a bigger community. I don't think I've ever felt that in my life outside of my family, and I've kind of yearned to be a part of that spiritual community for a long time, but not knowing how, even though I'd written the book, and where I might fit, because I'm not a psychic per se, like a reader. And finally, but that's okay. I like my little fringe role. You know, I just want to add from the aisle, or I don't know what the phrase is. If I can contribute, then I'm happy. And I'm definitely happy to be. It's nice when people appreciate your thoughts and your ideas, and they give you feedback. It's awesome. That to me just perpetuates the energy. I'm definitely rambling now, but I want to tell you while it's on my mind the dream I had last night about 45. Oh, so strange. There were so many dreams last night again, and this was like one of the last ones, so that's why I remember it. And I gotta relate it before it fades away. There were a few different aspects. The gist of it was that he was going to be apprehended okay? But it was strange because he was simultaneously fleeing, trying to flee, but also like aware that he had to give himself up, and like they were trying to like talk him into giving himself up. And it was like almost like he couldn't make up his mind about it. That's hard to explain, but visually what happened was he was on a train going at a very high speed, and he was like hanging out the front of the train, the conductor car, and even like his tie flapping in the wind. And what happened is, of course, this doesn't make sense, but a plane, a jet came by to like get him off the train. Now, it could also be that the train was in jeopardy, like the train was going to crash, so he almost like had no choice but to accept their help from the plane. And this doesn't make sense physically, but the plane pulls up alongside the train somehow, like even though I know the wing would, crash right into the train, it doesn't in the dream. Somehow the plane is like, there's no wing on that side or something that doesn't make sense. But, and like the plane has like that, the chute that comes out that the passengers get off. Well, there's a version of that, but it's not in the same location as the usual one, and it's more like on top of the plane than it is on the side. And it comes like kind of like out of the top of the plane, and there is I think it was a woman. Yeah, I think it was a black woman who was like in the tube, like hanging out, like gonna grab him. And they were waiting for him to like take her hands, and they were gonna pull him through the tube, save him from the train, but they were gonna apprehend him. And that's exactly what happened. He like they grabbed him. Hey, Gabe's here. My cat Gabe. Hey, buddy. They grabbed him, and like it was comical, like the way he like fell through the tube because he's kind of heavy, so it was like almost like a visual gag, like where he falls through the tube, and they got him. They captured him, and that was kind of like it. Now that doesn't mean that automatically that this is just going to happen next week. That's not how it works. But it was still a very interesting dream anyway, right? And then I had the dream about Giuliani in court. What was it, a week ago or two? And then I remember one of the other readers feeling like he was due in court any day. And yeah, that may be obvious, but I don't know. It's interesting because I've only really had a few dreams about 45. But there's another part about it that's kind of strange. Somehow he was hosting like a late night TV show, almost like he was the host of David Letterman, and like there were like clips of him from the show interspersed in the train sequence. So it doesn't make sense. Don't try to make it make sense, okay? It's just the jumble of dream logic. So in parts of the dream, the dream is like interrupted midstream by me watching him on stage doing this talk show, and I keep walking by the stage, the front of the stage, and like heckling him and like saying, oh, you stink, or you're terrible, you're whatever. Like I'm heckling him. And then after he was apprehended from the train and actually like captured by the authorities, there's a final scene of me walking by him in the studio. It's almost like a mic drop moment, like told you you stink, and like mic drop, and then I like get into an elevator and I'm gone. And he's looking at me like pissed off, but he doesn't say anything. So that was just weird. I don't know what to make of it. So here we go. These are my tangenty videos. This one's definitely kind of out there. I wish I could offer you more than what I've just offered, but it felt meaningful somehow. So maybe things are coming to a head. Maybe he knows he's gonna go down, and they're hot on his trail. I mean, obviously, there's a lot in play right now. When Letitia James joined the New York, what is it, New York SDNY lawsuit, looking into the Trump organization. Oh, I said his name. Damn it! As a criminal enterprise, that was a major step up, and I think there's more to come. So I know we're getting a little frustrated as a group with some of the stupid reinstatement rumblings, but that's garbage. That stuff is not gonna last. There's nothing there, and to me, they are the desperate last gasps of their failed movement. Okay, it doesn't mean that there won't be unrest, but I really, me personally, I have to focus on the positive result. Like, I just strongly believe it now. I feel like ever since the election of Biden, when psychics talk about the wheel of fate, he's on the top of the wheel of fate now, Biden, and 45 is underneath. You get your time, and everyone gets their time, and then the wheel just keeps turning, and you can fight that turn all you want, but when your time is over, your time is over, and that time is over, and we demand a better future, and we will have a better future. And the more that we believe that and think in those terms, the more love we spread in our daily lives through our basic humanity and love for one another, empathy for one another, compassion for one another, despite our human flaws, our very, very human flaws, then the better things will be day by day, minute by minute. So that's my little stump speech to go along with my cookie dream. And I'll see you shortly for the final book reading for God Laughs at Dirty Jokes. Thanks for your time and your feedback, and be well and be joyful. The vaccines are starting to work. We're kind of emerging into the light. It's time. Okay, bye.